So from the surface, he might look a little black. Just a little smidge. But then on the inside...
Maybe it's the commercial off.
Hi, y'all.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We coming. We're here. Just give me a minute, though. Sound check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Go ahead, because you the ones that be you do.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
It's about to go down on on Blood Talk through Gianni Journey Media. What's up, family? How y'all doing tonight?
I'm just trying to get some people into the link.
Go on, like and share. It's all over.
Share.
Oh, we're going to open up the black line, too. We're going to open up the black line soon.
We're going to open up the black line.
Going to open it up
soon. And boom, boom. I'm just trying to get folks in here. Come on in, y'all. What's going on? Welcome to Blunt Talk. That camera looks so far away. We can see all the ceiling.
Look at her complaining.
Just bring it close.
Ma'am.
You know what? Ma'am, your ass.
That better?
Yes.
All right, so we about to get started, have this conversation, family. Y'all know what the topic is. We're going to talk about the high value man versus the Africentric high value man. And which one our community needs?
Which one is you?
And which one is you? Which one is you?
And Brother Hatim and I were having a discussion, and Alumala, he's kind of new to, which I was last week. I haven't seen not one Kevin Samuel video. So this week I loaded up on Kevin Samuel or Samuels, whatever the fuck his name is, videos. And so I'm more equipped now to discuss.
Got her equipment on.
Now, Lumala seen one portion of a video. What did you think about the portion you saw?
I thought it was pretty enlightening myself.
And that's what I thought when I saw the first Kevin Samuel video.
What do you mean by enlightening, though? Come on, break it down a little bit. I mean,
the first video I saw, I was like, well, shit, he ain't do nothing but telling the truth.
Right.
It might have been the stone cold truth without no, baby, you know, it might be hard for you. It's like nobody wants you, you know. But
you're gonna die long.
You're 35, you're a child. Ain't nobody looking for a high figure person, not looking for nobody with children. You know.
And so when I seen the first one, I was like, well, that ain't that bad to me. But then as I continued to watch video after video, I noticed a pattern.
Yeah, go ahead, tell us about it.
And the pattern was, even for the females that was trying to follow the shit he required, like they had a sister on there, and she tried to lie about her weight and say she was a size 8.
So she was lying. And
he looked at her face and was like, ma'am, you are not a size 8.
Big Shirley.
You more like Big Shirley. So she broke down and was like, well, I'm trying to lose weight. I've lost 15 pounds. And then he's doing all this shit, She's a brown-skinned sister, too. And a chocolate brown. So he says, she said she lost 15 pounds. She said that she was trying to lose. She's in the process of, I'm in the process of losing weight. Can you give me credit for that? Which I don't understand why the fuck you call him and then get credit for him for anything. But can you give me credit for that? And he goes, she goes, get a figure deal. So she goes, he said, God damn, this motherfucker be making me break concentration. I'm too old for that shit. Let me finish it out.
She all focused on her thoughts. I'm sorry.
I got to be. So anyway, she basically said she lost 15 pounds and she was working on losing weight. That's something she's working on. And she said, can I at least get some credit for that? And he said, ma'am, how long do you think it's going to take you to lose weight? And she said, well, I should probably have all my weight off in like a year. And he said, ma'am, no one's going to wait for you to lose weight. Now, this is my motherfucking thing with that. Damn, you can't even say, well, you know what, ma'am, that's a good job that you are losing weight, that you have taken them. Because like I've made the comment that 8 out of 10 black women are overweight. And I'm glad to see that you are one of the black women that are trying to take some initiative to do something about that. But what does he tell her? You still ain't good enough, bitch, and you ain't going to be good enough. Nobody's waiting on you. And then I go to another video, and then it's a light-skinned younger girl.
Was she fat?
No, and she's slim. And you know what? He just loved on her and honey and baby and sweet and nothing she said.
How old was the first girl that you just got done describing?
I forget how old. I watched.
Was she in the danger? Was she in his danger zone?
What's his danger zone?
27 and
yes.
Okay. When you call into that show, family, please understand you get no love. 27 and up. There's no pity, no love. You in the danger zone as far as his philosophy. So anybody
in that danger zone age, especially for us as African people, you know, that's very Eurocentric to think that age means your worth is lessening.
I could dig that, but men do like.
And we do know that, but that doesn't matter. What I mean, we're talking about what type of a trait that is. Though.
That is. I mean, now
whether they like it or not. I mean, motherfuckers might like to get fucked up the ass. That might be a European thing that was learned.
I know nothing about this,
but I'm just saying, just because somebody like it does not negate the fact that it may have had it. It may be wrong, or it may have a Eurocentric background to it, or what have you.
My issue, and which is not as far as where we at right now. I don't have. People know the philosophy of this gentleman when they call into a show.
Goddamn right.
Right. So what motivates people to go on his show in the format when he has a regular danger zone comment or a comment about weight and go on there and look for validation. And
what the hell is wrong with you?
You brought up a great point in one of our conversations. You described this as something that we talked about on the show before as a mental illness.
And my sister be like, them chicks is mental ill that be calling in there.
And so used to being beat down and all this. And we got to understand. See, that's the culture we in right now. This is unfortunately, this is our culture that we in right now. Because what I see sometimes, because we was viewing the show right before we came on, and it almost looked like a father talking to one of his daughters to me, the way they kind of defer. Now, if that's what you like, by all means do that. But I don't see why you would put yourself in harm's way like that.
Right.
Especially on this platform.
And you gonna call in there and she's the chick. Matter of fact, can you do a split screen thing for me so I can show them the YouTube piece? Because the thing about it is this. She rated herself without being dutied up a 5. Now, motherfucker, if you know you a 5, why would you go on his platform talking about you want a high value man?
I want a high value man.
Nah, don't put her up there. She was the worst.
Is this the one you wanted?
No.
Okay,
I got the video right here. I just need you to split the screen.
Okay,
that's all I need you to do.
Let me stop sharing this one then.
Share screen. That's what I need.
All right, get her
this
out.
Is the one I want
Can I X her out?
You sure can.
Okay, cool. So we moving over to it. So I'm gonna
go. So we're gonna show you all this chick. You probably already done seen her ass.
Entire screen. Share.
Share. Okay, so I want to get to this.
You want the audio?
Yeah, I do.
Share.
Okay, great.
Don't show the whole video.
You know what? This motherfucker must think I'm remedial. Why would I sit here on a whole fucking show and just play? Okay, don't. Okay, Captain Obvious. Captain Obvious.
Ma'am.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius. Motherfucker, no the fuck I ain't. Motherfucker, you are sub-average at best. Okay, Frederick.
Go ahead, you up.
All right, I'm gonna hold on.
Okay. So that makes you.
So what do I need to do?
If you give yourself a 5,
I remember
that's
we ain't gonna be
average.
here for something.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck she's saying. Then.
So,
but anyway,
average-looking
this
women
is the chick
tend not
that
to get
he talked to,
high-earning
and
men.
was telling her that she's average at best.
They tend to get average men,
and she really went on there for validation from him, trying to find out why she can't get a high value man.
Breathe and digest.
Well, she's a high value woman.
And because she's a high,
You're 35 years old.
She was 6 figures.
And you can
that
look
doesn't
around
qualify
and
under
see
his
the
definition
world.
of a high value woman.
You don't
Income
tend to
doesn't
see
matter.
higher earning men with average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
But anyway, I'm gonna stop it right there. Come back here. So I don't know what the hell what she said, but we're gonna go back.
There you go.
All right, so that was the woman. He told her she was a 5 at best. She was average at best. She said she was a 5 and she was a 6 when she got dutied up.
Dude herself up.
So now I'm gonna go ahead and what did you think did she come off to you as a high value woman?
Well,
I
don't know what he considers as a high value woman. I mean, but we talked about it earlier when you said that if you're healthy, if you're exercising, if your body together,
good physical shape.
But when it comes down to a man, it said that if you're making a certain amount of dollars and cents, you become a high value person. Why can't the same apply to a woman?
Because he said men don't care about
how much money women make after we make.
Okay. So that's his reason.
Yeah.
So I didn't see her whole body, so I don't know.
She said she wears size 3.
Yeah, she said she's a little bitty woman. So
and she bragged about her body.
Well, you know what? I like little women, so goddamn, she could be high value. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you.
She said her body was the bomb. That's what she said about my body. You said, no, man.
But he said her face, she a butter face.
So what he called it?
Well, her body is good, but her face is ugly.
Oh my.
Well, I don't know if to me.
I never heard that. That's a good one.
To me,
I mean as hell.
To me, her face wasn't ugly. I mean, she had a look like she. I don't know.
She had too much shit on her face.
A lot of weed.
Yeah.
She had some shit on her face.
So it would be someone that I would consider, as a high value person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think that he considers a woman. I'm noticing a pattern that if they darker complexion to them and over in the danger zone age, motherfucker, you are no good for nobody. Get you an average motherfucker at best.
Or a dog.
or bitch, you gonna die alone.
Oh, you gonna die alone. You gonna die alone.
All right, so let's just get into what your topic.
So we talked about all that, and a lot of people, because a lot of people are being rubbed the wrong way by Mr. Samuels. I understand what he's saying.
On the couch.
I understand how he's saying it.
I just seen him.
What you looking for?
My squares.
Don't worry about it. Keep on talking, bro.
Go ahead. You keep on talking. I don't got shit.
Y'all got me.
Now.
Oh,
I got just keep it up.
All right, but listen.
Who knows where I put them? I'm gonna get
the question that came across my mind is this.
What's the question, Brother Hot Tim?
We have what Kevin Samuels describes, and he admits that he didn't come up with the concept. Okay. He didn't come up with the concept. But he talks about this idea of the high value man. And one of the first metrics for a high value man is an individual that makes 6 figures.
Okay. That's his metric.
And has made it over 5 years.
And that's his metric.
Right.
Okay.
That's his metric. Now, also that this individual is around and in a group of other. He has a network of other high value men.
Okay.
That he operates within.
Okay.
And I could see that. But the question that came to my mind, that constantly comes to my mind in dealing with nation building, is that high value man that he's describing what we need in our community. Hell, is it even in our community?
Well, he said it's 10% of men.
10%.
And that he didn't say if that was just black men. He just said 10% of men make 6 figures. So is that in our community? What you think?
I don't think.
No.
Because they won't be in our community because making that kind of money, they're trying to move out the community.
Right, trying to escape.
Right.
So even with, because if you hear this brother talk, he talk about bringing together black families. But the piece that I'm concerned about,
the white one,
if I have any concern, is that the type of individual that he's talking about, that all these women want to get to, are motherfuckers that are supporting and being paid to support the systems that oppress us. So these are the politicians that he's talking about. These are the businessmen that don't give a fuck about your community, and they don't. If they live there, they moved out. These are the officers that are participating, watching white police officers murder and beat your ass. So the question we have to ask,
The officers don't make 6 figures.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought some officers did. My fault. So you mean
probably higher ranking ones?
Exactly. I'm talking about those ones. You know what I'm saying? So those 6-figure men that he's describing in the metrics, he's describing them. The question we have to ask is, are they really high value to us? And do they work with us? Do they even want to deal with us? Because according to him, you don't even see them because they don't want to be seen by us.
So why is it then why is it that he's putting and I see he has a lot of men who support him in his things that he says about particularly black women, when you listen to this man and he wouldn't even give you the time of day. You know, he don't even come around your circle. Why are you listening to this man and taking what he says as gospel? That's what I'd like to know. So, all right, let's see. Peace, Terrence Scott. Dr. Stephanie Jackson. That's my.
You said who?
I think that's my. No, her name is Moore. I don't know that lady, but
Peace, family. Peace, everybody. So I want y'all to think about that. Is what he describes as a high value man someone that could benefit our community? Because there is a such thing as an African-centered high value man. Because I agree with him on a high value man concept.
What's up, Brother Kenny Jackson in the house? Terrence Scott in the house.
Damn,
Brother Kwame.
Right. Y'all talking about Frederick Douglass laughing out loud. Yeah. See, so what we need to really come to terms with is, because like I said, I believe in eating the fruit and spitting out the seeds, because I can hear what he say and I can hear some of the good stuff, but there's very few people out there that I agree with 100% of the time any damn way. What do y'all think about what this brother is bringing? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get into really talking about the African-centered high-value man and how these two individuals, the high-value man that Kevin Samuels talk about and the Africentric high-value man, how they are different and how valuable are each one of these to our community.
Okay, so Terrence said 8% of black men make $100K or more after taxes. 50% take between 45 and 50K.
That's right. With all the issues that we face as a result of white supremacy, I find it interesting that black women are seen as the problem.
Thank you. Now, let me get into that real quick before we get back to, because that is what, Kamani Star, kudos to you with that. Because here's what's happening. There's a book called Weapons of Whiteness that I talk about all the time by Catrice Jackson. I suggest all you Kevin Samuels followers and lovers, read that book. Because what has happened here, in my opinion, is that we have been sold this idea that black women are the problem or black men are the problem.
Well, say it.
Who gave us that idea?
There you go. Now that's the question.
Now, I'm going to start off with the statistic that he uses on his show about most black women are single. Now, let me tell you how they count that as single. Single meaning there's no father in the home. Single woman. That is a fallacy. I just did a paper for school regarding single black mothers and that statistic. And what I found out in my research is that if a woman is at home, or black, because they said black people have a tendency to, quote unquote, this is my word, shack up more than they do get married. So if you run into a person, like I can say, I have my sister, for example, who has been with her man for years. He's a man in the home. Guess what? Statistically, she's still a single mother. Why? Because they didn't get married on paper. So that statistic about all these black women being drastically single, that statistic is wrong. And we want to talk about pseudoscience. Pseudoscience is just not present in the medical field. It's also pseudoscience and statistics. And you need to break down their statistics, which he doesn't have a tendency to do, and just realize what they're saying here. And this is a way they sold us to tear each other down, because that's not true about black women, that there's just, this drastic problem of black people don't want to get married and black men don't want to marry black women. Most black men are married to black women. Even higher earning black men statistically shows that they typically marry black women. They marry outside their race, typically when they're in athletic positions. It's higher when they marry. But your average businessman making six figures typically does marry a black woman. Now, I say it started with, you said with the black women, your man ain't shit, kind of started with feminists. Can you put the on button on that damn thing? It started out with both basically saying, you're black man, you don't need your black man ain't shit. And, even with the welfare system, your black man ain't shit. And they told some people your black man ain't shit, and they use black people to tell people your black man ain't shit. Then they told the black man, your black woman ain't shit. And guess what? Those who bought into that, they went forth and spilled that propaganda out that black women ain't shit. So now you got this propaganda piece, because we have very valued women in the community and men as well. But we got this fight going on. The white man done threw this shit. Yes, it is. Yeah. The white man done threw this shit out here, and y'all done picked it up. And now y'all fighting amongst each other, and he's sitting back like, look what we done. We got these niggas fighting against each other, and they ain't never gonna be able to get together, because they think ain't no good white black women, and they think ain't no good black men. It was a weapon of whiteness that they used to give us to use against each other, and we are doing it now. So there's
really no issues with us?
No, there is issues with us. However, we don't have any more issues than any other fucking race that people have in relationships. Right. Fucked up people come in all fucking races.
I'm not talking about it.
But what I'm telling you, it's not a black thing.
Now listen.
No, you're not listening.
You're not listening. We're here to talk about black issues. Yeah. Are there issues? Do we have issues?
Now, fuck, who you raising your voice at?
So you get manly on me and shit?
We have them. We have them, but we don't have no more than any other one.
Yes, we have them.
And out of everybody to say that, I'm talking about black people. This is usually the point you take. I'm talking about black people.
We're talking about black people.
We got issues.
We cannot talk about that like it's a. There's two different things for having a black issues. We do have issues, but making it a black thing is where that's not a black thing. As in saying it's not a.
Nobody said it was a black thing. I'm asking, do we have issues?
Yes, we do.
So we got issues. Let's sit up here and talk about it rather than the propaganda and shit. We know there's issues between men and women. We know there's special issues between black men and black women. Let's talk about what some of those are and some of the things that we could become to overcome them.
And you're right. Terrence Scott said the modern black woman would resist real African-centered lifestyle, but so would modern black men.
Well,
because what he's talking about, don't nobody over, this age would you want to take? That's not an African-centered perspective. That is definitely a European perspective. What, nigga?
There is a certain age where, even in African cultures, where women will not be married.
Listen,
I'm just saying. That's not Eurocentric too.
This is what I'm talking about, though. We're going to talk about African American people in this country. I read that, yeah.
But I want to know that why is that resistance there? You know what I'm saying? When that's who you are, on both sides, because you got men and women that are black that look like something is wrong with being African centered.
Yes.
And this plays into what you were trying to talk about too, I think, Hatim, where you say, there is a high value, a high level of black men and black women that are African centered.
Oh, but the point is, the whole African piece is not valued. See, this is what I'm saying. When I'm talking about the problems, regardless of what we talking about everybody else, we operate outside of our worldview. The worldview that we enact right now, just like we was doing a critique with Kevin Samuels, part of the issue with him is that his worldview does not fit us. What his worldview sets up is white families. It don't set up black families.
What?
Now, so what I'm saying is, we need to talk about what is a high-value African-centered man. Then we can talk about what is a high-value African-centered woman. What does it look like? How do I move towards that? Because what we have a bunch of culture vultures running around this motherfucker that don't want to do shit and claiming to be kings of the culture and just fucking people. And I'm sick of it.
And Kamani Starr said, it seems as if Kevin Samuels and Fox News get their stats about black people from the same place. And let me just say something about these stats that they spew out. These stats are used because to later on cripple us in another way, aside from keeping us apart. But just like with the NFL, and they're trying to say, use the medical racism as a pseudoscience, scientific racism to say that black males, as far as being injured with CTS, they was already slow in the first place in so many words. Black men already had a comprehension problem, so CTS did not really cause that. Now, we're going to switch that over to, black women already have a problem, okay? So what we're going to do is now that gives us the go to disrespect and violate black women, because we have now set the stage that black women as a whole are just fucked up. And I do believe there are some, and I think there's a large minority of black women that are fucked up, but that is not the majority, because the majority of us, but we're talking about what is real, though.
But what I'm saying,
just stop trying to disagree to disagree.
It ain't disagree. I'm bringing up a point.
But that is what people see. But
that's what people see. If that's what people see, that's what exists.
And it's not reality. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not the reality of the situation, because they put a lot. If we go by just what we see as far as propaganda, we're always going to be fucked up if we buy the propaganda. That's what we see. Do buy the propaganda. And that's what we're here to try to tell you. Don't buy into the propaganda. Okay. Don't buy into the propaganda, because Terrence said, as far as the black women, that they would have to, in order to be African-centered, they would have to really submit and think that's tantamount to slavery.
What do you think about that? Let's put that up. Let's start some shit here.
I think some black women do have an issue with quote unquote submission, but I think that we have to look at the idea of submission being just male dominated.
Well,
because even in the story of Asar and Aset, one may be what's the word I want to say? Like we read about this in class. Like one may be quote unquote higher than the other, have different roles.
That's what I want.
But it doesn't make one more important than the other. And in some cases, even if you read through some of the African stories, we had Queen Nzinga. You know, I'm sure there was times when males had to submit to Queen Nzinga. I think it was never like automatically because I have a penis, this is what you have to do. And as far as submitting, we need to realize that what are you talking about submitting to? What are you talking about submitting to?
You know, here is what I think too. You know, like in 2021, you know, where we are right now, that black men and black women we should understand the roles that we have. And, you know, those roles consist of, you know, you don't have to stand in front of your man as a woman and take up no causes. You should be behind your man. You know, in other words, like, because your man is supposed to be represented as, you know, the king of your castle, the king of your home. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, but you got women out here that will, you know, like, no, I got this. No, you don't. Your role is not to have that.
Right.
That's not your role. Wait. But that's not your role as a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your role as a woman, if your man is not around and you got one, you go inside and close your goddamn door. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, your role as a woman is supposed to always stay in a woman's place.
So now, let's define a woman's place, because people get uncomfortable when we start talking about woman's place because we got this intersectionalism going on right now. So everybody's the same. Me and Navita should be the same. So if there's some heavy lifting out here, you understand what I'm saying? According to how this shit is right now, Navita need to get her ass out here with us. Well, when Navita moved, what we do? She set her ass down. I called some brothers and we got the shit done. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, and that's the issue.
There are some roles that women play in movement too. You see what I'm saying? That, you know, you get all the stuff. You get all the stuff together in boxes and box them up. You see what I'm saying? That's a woman's role.
So there's role. Okay, cool. All right. So now,
if you talk about moving,
can we? All right, because you talking about moving. All right, like in other aspects, we have to really sit down as a family and talk about this, because we have been so pushed out of the role that we wouldn't even recognize that shit. Right. And it makes us uncomfortable because we use words like submit. But like the brother said, one of the brothers says, because I kind of agree with him, he said, men submit at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Women, we have a problem with submitting. Now, I have a brother that when it was my turn to be in charge, what I said when. No questions, no discussion. Mm-hmm. Now, when the order shifted because of the situation we in, when he asked me to do something, because now he's in the lead, I have to follow. That's submission. You understand what I'm saying? Right. For some reason, motherfuckers believe, and we got ourselves believing, we got our women believing, we got all of our people believing that submission is a sign of weakness.
Right. But it's not. Right. But it's not.
It's not.
Because it's necessary in every organization, but we don't want to talk about that shit because everybody is equal, and it's never been equal when it comes to when it comes to our way. It's balanced.
It's balanced. And that's what I need people to understand.
I guess that would be equal.
But
it's not called equal.
It's not. See, we are confined.
Is a European term.
So yes, we're confined with that European term of equal. Men and women are equivalent. Our roles may be different because Terrence said something that men are not and women are not equal. Well, we actually are equal. We're equivalent. And I think it's hard because we're using the grasp of European mindset here a lot of times when we describe things, but from an African-centered view.
Ooh, I got to have a way to describe it.
Here's my way. Women have their roles, men have their roles. And like you said earlier, no one is more important than the others. So we are equal in importance to the union. So the idea somehow to say that, well, you're not equal to me, that's a European mindset. But go ahead.
All right, quick question. Which one is more important, day or night?
They're equally
Neither
important.
one.
Each one of them serve their purpose.
That's right.
That's right.
There's certain things that happen with each one. You don't do night shit in daytime.
That's right.
And you don't do daytime shit at nighttime.
Right.
Because you could get fucked up real bad for being out of order.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is the way that we kind of described our relationships, but we allow these European concepts to get up in here, and we start thinking, because really, let's even take it deeper.
Because there's no hierarchy in that. Let's just say, as far as we are in day and night, there's no hierarchy.
There's a hierarchy because at daytime the sun rules, at nighttime the moon rules.
But
so
both equally is important.
But at nighttime the sun is not as important as the moon, and in the daytime the moon is not as important as the sun.
I say.
So
you know what I'm saying? So in their time, they run shit. So it's like it's different. It balances out, and that's the key word, because it's like with
so we really should get out of this idea of saying that, well, women are not equal to men, because I think it creates
an issue.
An issue when we are different and have different roles, but at the end of the day, we have a balance. That's ma'at. We have a balance.
What's that word?
Ma'at.
M-A-A-T. Look it up for those that don't know.
But a lot of times we're trying to, even as black men and black women, we try to operate in this European confinement of how we should be doing, and it's fucking us up, because we're trying to put a square into a motherfucking circle.
There you go. Mm-hmm. We're acting outside of ourselves, which makes us insane. So then when we try to deal with each other, we can't deal with each other in a proper fashion, which makes it almost impossible for us to build healthy family units, which makes it impossible for us to build healthy tribal units, which makes it impossible for us to build healthy communities.
Well, Monte, I think that's her name is, she said, I have to trust you to submit. I don't have a problem with that. That's why we feel here at Giamma it's important to have tribe.
It's important to have tribe. People, like I said, listen, as human beings, relationships are important, but as African people, it's the center of what we do. Hell, really, when you want to come down, because we can take this conversation in many different directions, because like far as relationships, when it comes to relationship in Giamma, that's what we call spirituality. Yeah. If you want to know how spiritual a motherfucker is, really, don't look at the books he read. Don't look at how long he meditate. Don't look at none of that shit. Look at his relationships with the people around him.
Terrence Scott said you shouldn't want to be equivalent or equal to a man.
Right. You should. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, because when you say it like that,
we are equivalent. We have balance.
Y'all using
male and female.
Right. Yeah, we getting back into the language, and the language get dicey because this language wasn't designed by us, right? Because we complement. Let's say that. How about that? We complement each other.
That's what Kwame said. We complement each other.
Men and women complement each other, and we help each other by doing our job, by being who we are, by taking our duties. We make the other one better.
But when Terrence Scott says a man doesn't want to be equal to a woman, let me tell you, you want to be complementary, equivalent, or whatever. And I think personally that you are still approaching this equal thing or not wanting to be equal thing, because that's the European concept of we're not equivalent. The man is up here and the woman is down here. And that's what I hear coming from you. Like, well, I want my woman to be not equal to me because I'm above her. And in actuality, we're both equally important. We're balanced. We're ma'at. And I know that's probably hard for people to grasp, and technically we should not be saying one gender is above the other.
Right.
That's not how we operate.
You shouldn't say that, because guess what? Men, you don't bring children into the world. Men don't bring children into the world physically. You know what I'm saying? Women do that. You know what I'm saying? So as we are talking about being equivalent and as we talk about being in balance, that's a woman's responsibility to bring children into the world. And I'm not talking about the beginning process. I'm talking about once you see that stomach begin to rise and that water bag bust. See, you don't have to worry about that. But have you ever asked a woman, how does it feel to bring a child into the world? You know what I'm saying? Then you'll be able to respect the position that she holds. You see what I'm saying? Now,
because I think, Lumala, because I think sometimes, and I know a woman doesn't get pregnant on her own, but your concept is that she's bringing this life into the world. She still births that life.
Yes.
And that's
for
very
9
important.
Months, and
that's why I don't like it, even
when
Black women say the Black woman is God, and then they try to me, that kind of puts the Black woman above the Black man. And I'm still on this concept that we are here.
We complement each other. One cannot exist without the other.
Right.
Very simple.
Very simple.
One cannot.
We need to get away from that equal,
right,
not
all
equal
that bullshit,
shit.
because that
we
shit
get away
is
from
not
that.
in our paradigm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down the list of stuff that I looked up to talk about this Africentric or African-centered valued man, high value man, because there is high value. Now, first off, let me break this down. When Kevin Samuels talk about wealth in the way he talked about the way that Europeans look at it and the way that the world looks at it today. If we look in our tradition, it wasn't how much money you had. Right. It was about how big your network was. How many people can you influence? You understand what I'm saying? So that was, for us, that's wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because, one of the reasons that a lot of dudes want to get money is so that we can walk in the club and get all the love. I'm trying to get all the love, not only from the women, but I want the respect of all the dudes. And that was currency for us. Because if I had land to work, I need people to get out here and work it with me. You understand what I'm saying? I need people to get out here and protect it with me. You know what I'm saying? If I got something to defend, I need to be able to rally people behind me. And in a sense, we have totally escaped that, and we have traded in our culture for dollars.
Ooh. We traded in our culture for dollars.
We traded our culture for dollars. So if you want to know who Black people's God is, some of y'all could be mad at me. Y'all want to bring y'all want to be mad at me? Black people's God is money. You motherfuckers worship the stock market, basically.
But Terrence Julian Scott said money brings options.
Well, I'm going to say this. This is where I'm about to get into with the Africentric high-value man. When you are operating properly, you don't need money to have options.
What do you mean?
What you mean
by
that?
You still got to pay your electric bill.
Hold on.
We're still living in America.
But check this out. I could pay my electric bill. I just got out and hustled and paid my electric bill. But something in my wall went off and I don't know how to fix it. And I don't have the money to fix it. What do?
Get somebody in your
call
tribe.
Somebody in the tribe to help.
Somebody I have influence over could come and fix that for me. I didn't have money.
Right.
Some of us are driving cars because of relationships that we had with people. Some of us are living in houses at a lower rate because of the relationships we have with people. Some of us are even in relationships that we don't belong in because of the way we dealt with people. Go ahead.
But Terrence Scott, you say his message is not just about money, though. It's far more multifaceted than that. However, that may be true, but his high value man, one thing a high value man must have. Kevin Samuels.
You sure you're talking about Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
One thing Kevin Samuels does say, though, is a prerequisite to be a high valued man is you have to have the six.
Now, bruh, you using the term I'll keep it on and all that's cool, but I'm trying to let you know, do your study. Gold was not valued in the way that Europeans valued it. Because if it was, we would have rolled out and killed everybody. Let's be clear about that shit.
Say it again, Hot Tim. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, when y'all coming, please understand that you're coming with the mind state that we have been trained in. If we value gold that goddamn much, we would have went all over the world searching for it just like these motherfuckers did.
You goddamn
So
right.
the wealth was in the people.
That's
the
right.
wealth has always been in the people. As a matter of fact, it's people that make gold value. It's people that make money value. Mm-hmm. But a lot of us, we done lost sight of that shit.
Let's open up the line.
I'm sorry. Damn,
you drop it. Go ahead and do it because you know how to do it.
Man, hold on. All right, let me go and open up these lines because I want to lay out some of this because we got to talk about it. Y'all can disagree with it or agree with it, but the point is we got to talk about what does it mean to be high valued in our culture. Because I'm telling you right now, the oppression we are experiencing is coming from some of these high valued men that homeboy is talking about. These motherfuckers don't serve our community. These motherfuckers have been selling us out for the last 50 years. You can't tell me unless a motherfucker's a total entrepreneur and making money from us that this motherfucker in some form or fashion is not destroying us or helping destroy us.
Which I think he's helping destroy us just with his
way he. I ain't gonna put that on him. I ain't putting that on him.
And I think he uses weapons of whiteness and maybe not knowingly so, but I think he uses weapons of. Open up the phone, damn it.
I'm sorry, I got excited. I'm sorry, family. I got excited.
Because I do think that, oh boy. I do think that for him to lump black women as a majority is fucked up. And I think that for black women who do that to black men,
that's fucked up.
It's just fucked up. Because I think a lot of us have productive relationships. Shit.
Oh, we got somebody on the line. Who that?
Already?
Yeah, this is Kwame calling in.
We didn't put the number up.
You already know
it popped up on the thing. 614. Just type in.
To help balance out the conversation. So what came with Samuels sounds like he's talking about is black bourgeoisie.
That's basically what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about.
And now, Brother Hakeem, we were talking about what rules the day and what rules the night. And again, when we think in terms of complimenting, if the sun didn't shine, the moon wouldn't have any light to give.
Ashe.
And so they balance each other out.
Mm-hmm.
The moon has its place and it knows its function. And it serves that function. It doesn't mean that the moon's any better than the sun. It doesn't necessarily mean the sun's any better than the moon.
Right.
It depends on, and this is where we talk about creation stories, Sister Navita, going back to the creation story, understanding why the sun had its importance in its time, and understanding why the moon had its importance in its time.
Somebody else just called in too.
All the other full, all the other details and stuff like that. But a lot of times when you read about this stuff from the Western perspective, you hear about solar cults,
right,
cults,
right,
sidereal cults, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But anyway, that's taking it. Unfortunately, taking it outside of its function in nature. But anyway, I've said enough. One love, family.
One love.
All right, peace.
Somebody else on the line. Welcome.
Peace, family.
Peace. How you doing, brother?
Scott, how you doing, man? I am enjoying the show. Thank you very much for letting me in. I won't be long-winded. I just wanted to touch on this Kevin Samuels situation, all right? First, let me say, I do not agree with everything. I don't agree with his religious views. He is very Eurocentric in his thinking and ideology. That has a lot to do with the fact that he had cancer and almost died. So he attributes that to that. But he's not a holy roller. But he does talk about God, and especially when the black women bring it up, because those are the ones that bring it up the most. I think what's being missed is the overall message.
Right.
Okay.
I hear you.
Kevin Samuels speaks for black men like myself who see a constant barrage and attacks on black men by black women. all the time. You see the memes, you see black women posting on every social platform what black men are not doing, what we need to be doing. And what have black men done? We take it. We don't fight against it. We listen, and black men check one another. That's another thing that a lot of black women, not all black women, but a lot, that they don't believe that black men don't hold other black men accountable. I don't know any deadbeat fathers, not one. And if I had one in my circle, I would address him definitely, without question.
Could he stay in your circle if he continued being a deadbeat father? Would he be still accepted in the circle?
Say that one more time.
If after he was checked about that situation, if he continued being a deadbeat father, will he still be allowed to stay within the circle?
Absolutely not, brother.
That's dope.
Not at all. I let my children, and anybody who knows me, Navita taught me. I don't know if you saw that last comment when you mentioned about me studying. Man, Navita is my first segment. And the first conversation we had, I was in disagreement with her. And so she said a monster loose. It was like she pulled a ripcord out of my bag. And I don't think she expected me to even delve as deep as I ended up deep diving. And I still study. I love learning. So a lot of things I'm not very familiar, I'm ignorant of, but a lot of things I have spent the time and invested the scholarship on. And I love my black women, and I want to be able to get along with my black women. I'm a divorced man, okay? I was married for 3 years, with her for 10. This is my children's mother. I only have one. I don't have a bunch of baby mamas all over the place. I didn't go around making babies and leaving. I'm not that type of black man. So when I see and hear black women say things like, black men don't defend us.
I hear that a lot.
And Navita can attest to this. If I see a black woman being disrespected, I will go and step to the situation. I don't care. If you can disagree, but you're not going to disrespect this black woman and this black man is standing here. So I don't like that. That bothers me. Again, I don't know one black man in my circle that won't defend a black woman. I don't know one.
I mean, I know it exists, but I mean, I do think overall that most black men do defend black women. I mean, that's my experience that they do. But we do have a sect that don't, and that's what's being highlighted.
A lot of black women who publicly say these types of things. It's bad enough that black men are being gunned down by the police. We just see another black man killed and the cop is ready to walk. Just bad enough that that's been happening. But to have it from our women are supposed to be our refuge. And by the way, the word submit, and I only know the King James English. I don't know, I'm not gifted or multilingual like that. So I can only go by what I've been indoctrinated with. The real definition of submission means to agree. I agree with you. I can agree with you enough to listen. That is a problem that a lot, not all, but a lot of our black women have. We are the only group of men out of all the different groups. You want to bring the other groups in? Let's bring them in real quick. We're the only group of men that cannot correct our women. We're supposed to accept obesity and all these other things, these eyelashes that I can't stand. Blue lipstick, that's just minor things. But if I say that as a black man, I'm an alpha man, I'm gay. And all these attacks start coming. And that's what Kevin Samuels is talking about. He's addressing those black women who behave like that and don't hold themselves accountable. Those women go on the show, and all you got to do is sit and listen. Don't cherry pick. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm done. He started off addressing black men. Look at his old...
Right.
We know that. We know that. I discussed that on the show before.
3 years. 3 years.
And nobody said a word. You know why? Because you can disrespect and talk down to black men, and it's okay. But when you say to a black woman, hey, sister, can we just, if I ask you to smile, why is that disrespectful to you? Why do you get angry? And a lot of black women do. We have one on the show that said it. So,
well, you know, and I don't, and see, that's, And I think that's the most asinine thing. But I see white women do it too all the time. And then, you know, maybe you're as far as that smile shit, that's not a black woman thing since you want to pull other people into it. I see white women. Matter of fact, the first person I saw talk about that was through the feminist movement, was white women saying that it was somehow.
Who put in the white people?
Huh?
He ain't said nothing about white people.
He said pulling in other races. If we're gonna pull in other races, he did say that,
all right,
motherfucker.
But you justify what he's saying.
I'm not disagreeing with his ass. If you shut the fuck up and let me.
Well, why bring up the point?
Because I'm not disagreeing. I'm just telling where it come from, motherfucker.
No, that ain't where it come from.
That is, listen, it came from the feminist. The feminist people, they sold that shit to black women. Oh, shut your ass up. So listen.
Y'all seen it, right? You seen it, right?
Listen. So this is what happened. The feminist movement did sell this shit. They were the first people I heard talking about that it was like inappropriate, some type of a domination over women. If your man tells a woman, you know, oh, smile. They started that whole shit. And then you know what? As they always do, they bring the black women. You know what? Your man shouldn't be telling. No man should tell a woman. And we eat that shit hook, line, and sinker. And the next thing you know, like I said, we out this motherfucker talking about. And I mean, I had women tell me, like, what the fuck? Well, that man shouldn't tell a woman to smile. Who is he to tell her?
No, and it ain't now. Right, remember, okay, you know what? Now, and the issue wasn't telling them; it was asking. Now, so with the expectation that black men are supposed to stand up and defend them regardless of what shit they might even start.
Absolutely. Say it, brother.
You see what I'm saying? So now, as far as that, I get with him. But the issue that I'm bringing up is that we have to start defining, because the type of people he's defining as the high value men are the ones that I believe sold our community down the river.
Okay, now check this out. He only talks about high value men because the majority of the
that's true.
Come in there when you ask them.
That's true.
He says, do you have children? They'll say yes or no. How many children do you want? I want 3. Where do you live? I live in Atlanta. How much? Okay. After you have your babies, do you want to have to go back to work? Most of them say no, right?
That's true.
So how much will your man have to make in order to take care of a family of 5 people, 3 children, 2 adults? How much will you have to make? About $500,000 a year. Well, here's the problem, lady. You're in the danger zone because, number one, a man who's making that kind of money ain't looking for a 30-plus-year-old woman with 2 babies.
That's right.
So you hit in that category. If there's only 8% of black men like that, then why don't the black women love and respect a black man when they only be making $40,000, $50,000 a year? And that is the nucleus of his message. I just wanted to share that. I'm gonna let it go. Y'all been doing great. I'm still watching. I appreciate y'all.
All right.
Thanks. All right.
All right. Peace.
That's all. That's probably all America is allowing the black natural person to make anyway.
What?
About $50,000 a year.
Oh.
I mean, the average man. I mean, that's all they'll want. That. So why would, like he said, why would you want to get on the air and say you need a man making $500,000?
Let that music stop music.
When you talk about $500,000, you talking about a sports person, somebody that own
you say that these women have unrealistic expectations.
Maybe some attorneys or some doctors, you know.
Right.
And even in the doctor world, they ain't got that many doctors. They ain't got that many black doctors.
But let me explain. As a woman, go ahead.
That deals with the delusion that a lot of us are dealing with. A lot of us are not living in a reality.
A lot of the people who want that.
But what I'm saying, but when I say us, I'm talking about our people. We have a lot. We gonna definitely disagree. We got a lot of people that not only are mentally ill, but are very delusional.
Yes, I believe that.
All right, cool. Because we got some in our families, do we not?
I believe that.
I know I do.
I believe that.
Got some delusional shit going on in the family.
Yeah. You know, you watch too much damn TV, and you want to live like the motherfucking soap operas. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of that shit come from out of the 60s and the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Them goddamn soap operas. You know, you want to come down. You know, you want to come down.
Median income is about down. It's somewhere around 40,000 to Kwame. What a median, I don't know exactly what the median is.
We know it ain't no six figures, guys.
No, it ain't. We know it ain't no six figures.
It varies in different cities. You know.
Yeah, but it's still. But the median ain't six figures.
No, hell no.
Yeah, we know that much.
You want 6 figures, and you don't even have a damn college degree. You don't have no master's degree. You don't have shit. But you want a nigga to give you 6. You want a nigga for six figures.
Right. But but that's part of the delusion. Now let me run down this because we about to run out of time. An African-centered high value man. First thing, has a community or tribe they belong to. Beware of lone wolf brothers, because life is a team sport.
Beware of lone wolf brothers.
Lone wolf brothers. Okay. Because we got a lot of conscious individuals that we know of that rock with nobody. They know so much. Right. They're going to take on and collapse the system all by their goddamn self.
Right.
So you be aware of those lone wolves out there. If they don't have a collective that they belong to, a community they belong to, leave them alone. Number 2, they have been initiated into that community. It has some connection and authority. So now we're getting into the relationships between them and that community. Point blank.
Point blank.
Right? Now, y'all put your objections up. Number 3, lives by the principles that the community or tribe have established and is deeply rooted in the culture and is actively trying to improve himself and the culture.
That cord on the other side of you.
Number 4, has skills to pay the bills, and the way he makes money falls in line with his principles and contribute to his community, village, or tribe, and is even higher on the totem pole. Now here we go. If he has aligned his lifestyle and earning potential with the growth of his community, tribe, and or village. What the hell just happened?
It happened when I plugged up the computer because it was about to go dead.
It's cool. Let's just do this.
Are we stuck? We
stuck. Well, we might. I hope we don't have to say goodbye, but hold on. No, we don't want to get out. All right, let's. I know what to do.
That's
nope.
I wonder why that's doing that.
That's very strange.
Sorry, y'all. We got some
technical issues. But anyway,
excuse me.
Number 5 has warrior mind and actively and building the community on and in all 9 areas of life. So now, and I know people are like, well, what about the money? I already talked about that, but that was number 3 on the list. That was number 3 on the list. Now, what do y'all think about that? What do you think about that?
I think that sounds like I like that definition of a high value man. I'm with that as an African-centered high value man. What the hell has happened here?
Well, they still can hear us.
I know they can, but shit, I'm trying to figure out why we are, because the screen looks blank now. But
oh, I know some high value. I know a high value African brother. You know, but he's a medical doctor. What you say about that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Do he fit in it? Does his description fit in this?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I need to reload it?
Now, if you reload it, this is gonna shut us off.
Okay.
The whole stream is gonna fall off if we reload it. We almost at the end of the show, so y'all just gonna have to have a podcast.
Okay, sorry y'all about the damn. I don't know what happened. I plugged up the power cord and that shit just went like dang.
It's cool, but so yeah, I mean, but the ultimate goal is for the individual, we have to start developing individuals that are able to create economic ventures based in our culture.
Economic ventures based in our culture.
You understand what I'm saying? Or what I'm trying to say?
I got you. I understand. We losing. Well, I'm pissed off. Sorry about the thing. I think we got to go ahead and end it from here because we done had to.
Well, they still can hear us, right?
Yeah, they still can hear
but they
us.
can't see us though. And if you look at this here, you see what's happening.
If you pull
here.
this right here out, what happened? It don't go. It don't go back to.
No, it don't go back. It's just. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think we should just reload and finish.
I'll reload. We have to read.
No, all you gotta do is.
We have?
Yeah, and it just log back in and finish. And don't hit end the stream. Just hit. We're gonna try to reload if it don't, but anyway, look.
Go back, camera. Are we back up?
See, unable to access the camera. Okay, that says hot 10H. It keeps saying that. I don't know what.
I don't think, but what I don't think.
I don't think we're on.
According to some of the stuff that you read, is that I don't think
we're on. Oh no, we might be because it says on air.
I don't think that our community needs to be constantly.
Go ahead.
Need to be constantly trying to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to be, governed by some establishments, that will help that situation. I mean, we still need to educate our children, send them to our schools so they still can become the doctors and attorneys and stuff that will help them to be better off for their families.
Right. Well,
we're gonna have to end this one because we have been hit by a virus. Let's see. Go to default. Well, let's see what happens.
That's
there.
This camera. This is the laptop camera. That's the laptop camera.
All right, that's working. So let's move to the next one.
Is this?
It's plugged in.
And that one is what? That's weird. I don't know, y'all. Or something just happened with our damn camera.
What about that?
Hey, it says the battery is running low. I
thought you just plugged it in.
I unplugged it.
Plug it back in.
What about that over there? That don't have nothing to do with it?
Yeah, that's when he just replugged it in. I think it's working now. It's working now. That's weird. Okay, we back. Can you hear it? Yeah, we back. Okay, so high-valued African families, tribes, villages, states, and nations. Ashe. That's what we got to have. You know what I'm saying? And you said that your friend that was a doctor, he was also Africentric, brother?
Yeah, he's African-centered, but what I'm trying to say out of everything is that we can't, as being part of the tribe, we still have to, encourage our children to become professionals such as doctors and
Right.
attorneys and stuff like that.
Correct.
Because we still have to, as long as we're living in America, we still have to fight the system.
For sure.
And we need
those people in those places.
We need those people.
But let me say
we need those
this.
people in those places.
This is what I want to say, though. And I do agree with some of the things that Kevin Samuels does say about Black women. But where I think where I drop off with him, I guess, is that there's no balance in what he says about Black women. He never, even the ones that are trying to obtain what he says or that are doing what he says, unless they're slim, young, and mostly light-skinned, he's going to find something problematic with you. And I think even though we do have problems that we need to solve in the community. We have the fact that we have been fed that this is mostly all Black women that are like this is problematic to me. And the fact that even though his show isn't about that, but that Black women who say the propaganda that all, I always hear that men in the conscious community are bums and don't have no jobs.
Exactly.
And I find that not to be true, because most of the men I know in the conscious community do have jobs and work and maintain families. Now, I know some that don't, but the majority of the ones that I know do.
Where's that coming from?
Where's that coming from, you said?
Yeah.
I think what it comes from, I think there's no one source, but one source I think it comes from is just the whole a bitter bitch.
For the media to get there.
A bitter bitch, maybe
for the
you
media
just dated somebody who didn't have no job in the conscious community, and so she decided in her bitterness that she's going to spread the word that
for the media,
Black men in the conscious community ain't
for
shit.
the media to get their hands on it and put that out there, where is that coming from?
Well, everything's so public, social media wise. They put all that shit out on social media.
Because that system there is what we in the Black community is going to have to attack.
Right. That's why I'm talking about that propaganda shit. That propaganda. They sell that shit, and then we,
because,
in the book.
Because if we don't attack that, then that continues even on our children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So we as the tribe is going to say, where is this stuff coming from? And we need to kind of attack it. We need to write it and say, look, as of now,
this shit got to stop.
This shit got to stop. You don't put no more stuff out there like that no more. You got to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers don't understand.
Now, but the major issue is because we was just watching something that was a Corey Holcomb, where it's like right now they pay some of these 6-figure Black men to talk about.
Okay,
they use them
to
do the talking points.
And once we find out who that is and we find out how to get in touch with his ass, we write that motherfucker a letter saying that, we heard what you said on the Tom Hogan show or whoever show you was on, but you can't be doing that. You got to stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not true what you're saying, and, we need that stop. You can bring that shit to the white community. I mean, if you want to talk about white folks, but in the Black community, you don't be talking about Black people in the Black community like that, at all.
I agree. Because I think it once again sets up that platform to say, once we have talked about how defective Black women are, then it kind of gives you the go ahead to treat them like shit. Because Black women ain't shit anyway.
Right.
They don't listen. They're not providers. They ain't shit. So we can treat them like shit. And you know what happens sometimes? That sometimes you sell this so much to other Black men that they're so angry. Like Tariq Nasheed did a video today where a Black guy was filming his sister who makes this white chick that called her a nigga, and then a big ass white dude starts chasing the sister to fight her, and the Black guy just stands there filming it and doesn't even come to her defense. Now that's not most Black men, but however, I think that creates the frequency for those things to happen, because when you look at her, you're looking at a motherfucker that ain't shit. And then when we flip side, it's the same thing with the men. If you bought into the men that's the concept that all Black men ain't shit, then when you see somebody treating this motherfucker like he ain't shit, you ain't gonna speak up, because guess what? Motherfucker ain't shit.
So
we gotta stop with that shit.
Another thing too is this here, is that if we're gonna teach the tribe how to be a high developing African-centered person as a child, then we got to be there to defend the child.
See, now
we got to be there to defend the children. You see what I'm saying?
This is where it gets dicey, though.
Chop it up.
Just because you my skin folk don't mean you my kin folk. I don't believe in putting myself and other people at jeopardy, jumping up because somebody got themselves in some bullshit and all of a sudden I'm supposed to step up just because they're a black woman.
Oh no, I ain't saying that.
See, no, but this is the type of shit that people point out a lot of times where it's like, I don't got shit to do with this. Right? So now I'm supposed to step up.
You got everything to do with it.
What do I have to do? What I got to do with it? When I just watch, when I could just watch this woman step up to another man and talk to him like a man and cuss at him like a man and threaten to fight him like a man. Okay.
We're talking about the situation I just told you. See, y'all, and this is what kills me. If I would have did what he would have just did, y'all, somebody would have been like, see what I'm saying? Black women do that. They don't listen. I just said that the black ladies maced the white chick for getting in her face and calling her a nigger. That's what I said. And the white chick was very aggressive to the sister.
I wasn't even addressing that issue.
Okay, but I was. Okay. And then the white man comes after her and chases her, a big ass white man. And I don't think any motherfucking black man should stand there and say, I ain't in it. Now, you ain't got to fight the man, if you know what I'm saying, but you can say, hey, you know, you need to at least let somebody know that you're on their side. I know me, all skin folk ain't kin folk, but let me tell you this. I have been in several situations, and you have too.
But that don't mean they can't.
That's one of the reasons.
But that don't mean they can't be kin folk.
Wait, hold on. This is one of the reasons why I'm saying that shit. See, because I done seen people lose their life.
I understand.
Right?
Right.
I damn near lost my life.
Right.
And I may have lost my life for somebody who might not even contribute to the community. I don't know. I don't know what they're out there doing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But now, this is the domino fall. So I get involved with some shit. My sons hear about me getting involved with some shit because I'm stepping up for somebody that might not even need to be stepped up with. Now they into some shit. Right. Now you, my brother, you hear about me being involved with some shit. You done been pulled in some shit that we don't have anything or can get any benefit from. Whether it's I'm just saying.
So do you feel like that if your mother was out somewhere and somebody did not know her, and some white dude just comes up to her, snatches her purse, and starts punching her in her face, and there's another person standing there, would you feel right if they said, you know what?
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
And they let your mother just get beat the fuck up.
Now, more than likely, I would never see that person again. I mean, what I'm saying, I
didn't ask you, would you see
but what I'm saying is, I wouldn't have a chance to feel. I wouldn't have a chance to feel anything about that shit because. Okay, cool. I'm just saying.
But what I was talking, what I'm talking about is, you know, okay, when I use the word, when I use the word the tribe, that's when we use the word tribe, we talk about our community, right?
No,
I mean our own. If I'm part of this tribe, then
we're talking about Giami tribe.
Then and we got other people that's part of this tribe,
right?
That's our community.
That's our community. All right.
Okay. So what I'm saying is this here. I ain't talking about no drastic shit. What I'm saying is this here. What I'm saying is this is that, you know, and we got children in our tribe, in the tribe. Our responsibility is to take care of the children. And what I mean by that, if something nationally, locally is said about black children, we need to be able to find out where that shit coming from and put a stop to it, because that affects our tribe. That affects the children that are growing up in our tribe. We telling them one thing, but when they step outside of the tribe, you know, to go to school or go to wherever the hell they got to go at, you know, they're receiving something else. So when we stop that from them receiving that kind of information, then they become normal damn children. You see what I'm saying? They become normal children, you know, along with what we teaching them. Because what we teaching them, they'll be able to implement that outside of the tribe. You see what I'm saying? But if we don't put no stop to the shit that they hear, you know what I'm saying? And they don't see us putting no stop to it, all that stuff we teaching is hogwash. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
We have to change the fucking narrative.
Got to change the narrative, you know. We teaching one thing in the inside and something outside is being said. Oh, let's find out where that shit coming from. We're going to write these motherfuckers and we're going to put a stop to it.
Oftentimes writing won't be enough, but I hear you.
Well, it's a start. It's a start. It's a start.
So as long as our children see us putting the effort forth, and we start creating a community,
that's right.
In which
what
we're talking, what we're talking about, what we're living, they're able to see.
They're able to see.
Right. See, because this is the issue. We're never going to be able to control everything that's going on out there.
You got to control everything.
What we can control is what's supposed to be going on in here.
No, we can't control if it's conflicting, if outside is conflicting what we teaching, or we can control some of that shit.
Some, but not all.
Some of it. Yes, some of it.
We can influence
the most
some.
important things we can control. You see?
Okay, so this is
just like in the school system. You know, in a school system, people control what's going on. Parents in the school system where their children are, if they're concerned about their children, they fight that thing to control what's going on so their kids can get what their kids need, just like the tribe children can get what they need from the system, because the system not set up to help the tribe, but we have to make sure that the system is there. If you ain't gonna help, move the fuck out of the way, but don't say nothing negative about what we are doing, about what the tribe is doing, about what the black community is doing. Because we don't need those effects to be up on the face of our children.
I hear you.
Right.
What in the hell is going on? That Navita let the show go on to 8:30?
Okay. So
what in blazes?
We about to end it, but I want us to, and with Illumila, I want to kind of piggyback before I go a little bit off of what Illumila is saying. Now, with this, and I want to tie it back into the African-centered high value man and the high value man that Kevin Samuels describes, along with the problematic black women that he continues to describe and ascribe and interview. What we need to learn, in my opinion, that is not the standard black woman. I think there's a such thing as a large minority of people are doing that. So in our tribe, when we are raising our young folks, we need to say, look, this is the kind of woman you want, and this is the kind of woman you don't want. Okay. And we will show them, we don't have to, and so that way they'll know when they come out here into the dating scene, when they see this motherfucker who say, well, I dated beneath me, you know what I'm saying, with my pet shop, you know what I'm saying? They were like, okay, you see, when a woman say that, then you already know she's not even African-centered, because her beneath thing is built on just that she had 6 figures and he didn't. So we know, you know what, grandson, she get to talking all that, run for the motherfucker.
Run for the hills.
Run for the hills.
That's right.
I have a friend, every time she met a motherfucker, I make $125,000 a year. She would actually say that to motherfuckers. And then guess what? Be mad when the motherfucker use it for her money. I'll be like, wait, bitch, you put it out there that you make this motherfucking shit up with your.
Can I read
it? I know this here. I know this here.
I'm still waiting for that name from you for a couple of shows ago.
At the old Tunji African Village, and this right here was I don't know, maybe about in the 90s or something. I don't know what's going on now, but Baba Usenjamin, he was the Baba there, right? But he's deceased now. But check this out. They said that the children in the village, had been taught so well, even when they go to take the ACT, the test to go to college, them bitches be going like 1,500 on the ACT, on the SAT, ACT tests, man. And that's the reason why they keep them kind of like to themselves. You see what I'm saying? when you got a village and you can keep the members of the village to themselves, you can get better things done.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. You looking for argument?
No,
I don't agree, goddamn. Navita,
but we're gonna end
because
it
the
over
hood
here.
is closed. We got the hood.
We got to do like a lot of Asians do. Let me tell you something, one real thing. I doubt very seriously if there was an Asian man that got on a platform and all he ever did was talk about, or most of the time he talked about how horrible Asian women were, that Asian women ain't shit, and they would cast that motherfucker out the community. You could best believe that. But we embrace it.
What it's demonstrating is one group you described got a community, the other don't.
Right.
But one thing we do.
There is no black community.
But let's close down because
we're going to have to close on down because I don't think something's not right because our number hasn't changed here and this hasn't changed here. So we lost something.
No, why are you looking at me? I didn't touch
nothing.
No,
I'm not saying
maybe Kevin Samuels did.
Yeah, he trying to make me look bad. Black women don't know how to do shit. So, thanks for joining us.
I was gonna read a poem, but I ain't.
Go ahead and read it. I mean,
it's kind of long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to use the quote that I wrote the poem. It's a poem that I wrote called "Lies," and it's based on a quote by he wrote Huckleberry Finn. Tom.
Go ahead, you know that motherfucker.
Huckleberry Finn. He white?
Yes.
Is he white?
Yeah.
Is he white?
Samuel Clemens.
Okay.
That ain't with the name that he go by. He had a quote. He says there's three types of lies. There's a lie, there's a goddamn lie, and there's statistics.
Okay.
Mark Twain.
Here we go. Mark Twain.
There's a lie, a goddamn lie, and statistics.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be aware of that.
Ashe, brother.
I didn't say, hold on one second. Kwame, he said, I would argue the point that Asians have problems with their problems that we just don't know about. That's my point. You made my point. We don't know about it.
Right.
I don't think they would go on a platform and do all of the shit that we be doing. Y'all women, they don't go on the platform. They keep it where?
They keep it in their community.
In their community.
They got a place to keep it.
And they try. They got a community. So that's what I'm saying. You're absolutely right. They would not. We don't hear about it because them motherfuckers don't broadcast that shit like that.
Like us.
Right. So anyway, thanks for joining us, y'all. I hope you guys tune in next week. Same black time, same black channel. Peace.
Peace out, Big Shirley.
Peace out, Big Shirley. Okay, that's me and the big draws for the calls. That motherfucker I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker talking about my big panties.
Wait, hold on.
I can't, I got a man.
Shouts out to all the sisters in the danger zone.
How Tim take applications from bitches in the danger zone.
I like the danger zone. Danger zone.
Danger. I don't know how to do that. Where we go? Okay, here we go. All right, y'all. All right. Thanks for joining us. God darn it.